Welcome back to Birds and Swords, everybody. How's it going tonight, Alyssa?
Great.
Awesome. We have a very special guest in the house tonight. We have Mikaela Jade, who does UI for Call of Duty for Activision Blizzard. So how are you doing tonight?
Great.
Thank you so much for coming. We talked about having you on for, when we even started all of this. You were one of our target guests. We love you. And interesting to get a industry insider and get some of those thoughts and opinions and kind of what you do, how your love for video games kind of spilled it into your love for art, and you turned it into a career. So what's your official, I guess, job title, and what do you do?
Yeah, I am a junior UI artist for Call of Duty. And I work for specifically Raven Software, but that is, Activision Blizzard, technically King 2.
In Ravens here in Wisconsin, right?
Yeah, they're in Middleton.
Middleton's close to Madison?
Yes, it's like 15 minutes away from Madison, maybe.
Okay. I know we're a little post-COVID. Do you go to the office to work? Are you working from home?
Not yet. I'm really excited to. I hear such amazing things, but I have not touched the offices yet. Yeah.
So how long have you been there?
A year now.
Really?
A year and like 2 days.
So have they not opened up the office, or?
They have, but you can choose if you want to go back into the offices, if you want to. I just haven't because everyone in my household is like immunocompromised, so we have not.
Yeah.
But hopefully this summer I'll be able to if numbers can stay down.
So, I mean, everything you do, you're obviously, in the art division, so everything you do is on the computer anyway.
Yep.
So what's your normal day look like then?
I wake up at like 8 o'clock. I go drink my water, get my coffee, take my...
Step by step.
Step by step.
Yep.
I take my vitamins. And then turn on that PC, log into Slack, look at my tasks, and then do my art.
So do you have, I don't know, I'm curious because I don't know how all the inside stuff works either.
Yeah.
Do specific projects take different lengths of time, or
Yeah.
do you knock out one thing in a day?
Well, so right now it's really weird. So when I first started, you would kind of just get randomly assigned projects like, hey, we need this icon for this thing. Make it. You're the artist.
Mm-hmm.
And it'd be like, okay. Or design this, new tab or whatever. Now I'm not my own boss by any means, but I am like the last UI person on Warzone. So I kind of get told like what we need, what's coming out, and I have to figure out like what I need to make, what I need to do, and then I do it. And I sometimes get approval, sometimes blindly submit it and hope that it looks good.
Well, let's back up just a second, I guess.
Yeah.
So UI is user interface,
Yes.
right? So let's talk about what that is exactly.
Gotcha. Yeah. So user interface is like anything that's like word related, icon related, whatever directs the player.
Okay.
Or helps them interact with an interface.
So menus, right?
Menus. I can only think of examples in Call of Duty, but like your health bar, the icon on the map, the whole map itself, all the buttons, literally anything that's not like third-person model gameplay is
So
usually UI.
Are you like programming them too, like so that the health bar goes down, or any like?
Luckily, no.
Okay, so you're
Yeah.
just kind of creating what it looks like.
Yes.
Got
yeah,
it.
exactly. I am a UI artist. Those are usually UI engineers or just like engineers. I really appreciate how our team does it because we have like I think it's either a triangle or a diamond. I forgot what my boss calls it, but they're all different parts of like the UI. So you have the engineer that does the coding, you have the designer of the menus, and then you have the person who actually creates the art for the art assets. And each, how we do it is like people will fill in specific spots on that like triangle. I am more the artist. So like I will design how things look. But because I'm the last person on Warzone, one of them, I also fill up like the designer and artist role. So I'm designing the menus, but also creating the assets for them, if that makes sense.
Yeah. And calling cards, right?
Do
you make calling cards?
I did like 2.
Okay.
Yeah, but I can if I want to.
If you don't know what calling cards are, if you're playing Call of Duty Warzone, multiplayer, stuff like that, that's what like holds your gamer tag. It's personal customization, basically. So it's a tag that everybody can see when you're in a lobby or in a match, and you make those.
Yeah.
Sometimes.
Yeah, I did it for Monsterverse. I did 2, which was the Call of Duty King Kong and Godzilla collaboration. But
why that? Why is that in Call of Duty?
Because we wanted it.
Yeah.
Because it was fun.
Why not?
Honestly, I'm not sure completely why. I can only speculate, like everyone else can, that it's because there's a show or something coming out from them. I think it's like Operation Monarch or something.
Okay. Yeah.
I think that's what I heard. I heard that from a friend at a pool party. I don't know if it's true. I don't know. All I know is I worked on it. And yeah, it was just a lot of fun. I don't know. We just wanted to do it.
It's awesome because I love the new Monsterverse stuff. So
yeah,
yeah, that works out.
It was fun.
I haven't played it. So we're also going to ask, do you play Call of Duty?
Okay. Sometimes. Do I enjoy it? Yeah. Do I play it for fun? No, because I work on it. I don't want to touch it any more than I have to. I play Destiny. That's what I play for fun. Yeah. I try not to touch Call of Duty unless it's campaign.
Okay.
I do not.
So it's like one of those things, if you're a cereal tester and you eat Fruit Loops all day, you're not going to come home and eat Fruit Loops.
Right, exactly. Yeah.
Okay.
But we do have like play tests and stuff, and we have to test it ourselves to make sure everything looks good, blah, blah, blah. We have to play it for work, but I do not play it for fun.
A lot of people do, though.
A lot of people do.
Wow.
Yep.
A lot of people are going to know exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah.
So let's go back to the beginning.
How old were you when you started drawing and sketching?
Oh, God. It was I always drew my little anime boys in elementary school. And that obviously kept carrying over until I went to art school for college. And then I went to art school for illustration. Learned that I'm bad at illustration, but I'm okay at graphic design. So
are you better with like pen and paper, or are you better on a computer?
I'm better at a computer now, on a computer.
Yeah.
I make better content on a computer, but I'm more comfortable with pen and paper.
But for what you're doing now, you're mostly on the computer.
Yeah.
Or always on the computer?
Yeah. Unless I have like an idea I need to sketch out quick. That's it.
Do you still draw for fun?
No.
No?
No.
No.
I wish. No. I got a composition book at some point to like hold notes for work. And I did actually draw for fun for once because it was out in front of me. And then I haven't touched it again. And that was like 5 months ago.
When did you realize that you had real artistic talent?
Did I ever?
Felt.
Felt. I felt like I did in, I guess, high school. I thought I was producing like good content for my art class.
Well, you were. I went to school with you.
Thanks. So sorry. Yeah, I think in high school is when I was like, this is what I want to do, is be an artist. Because honestly, oh my God, this is going to sound so deprecating. I'm so bad at everything else. Like, I enjoy things, but art felt like the only thing I could actually do. So, yeah. High school, I was like, yeah, senior year, like literally last minute,
very end of high school.
Very end. I was like, yeah, actually, I really like art class. And I remember my senior year, it was like all art classes. Yeah. Because.
So when you met with like school counselor in like sophomore or junior year, and it was, you know, that whole "what do you want to be when you grow up?" What was it? What was it then?
I think it was a scientist or a psychologist.
A scientist?
Yeah.
There's a lot of different kinds of scientists. Oh, really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Am I good at it? No. I flunked out of AP Chem and like anything chemistry related, but I had fun with it. And then psychology, I love psychology. I love knowing how people work, which actually ties into UI kind of, because, well, it does. Because you have to know how your audience is going to take a certain design or, you know, anything like that.
You're basically, you have to put yourself in their shoes when you're designing stuff a lot of times. Like, is this aesthetically pleasing? Can you read it?
Right.
Is it big enough?
Those
kinds of things?
Yes. Does it look good? Do you understand?
Yep.
Yeah.
Or how do you feel about tiny text? Text. You know what I'm talking about? Because unless
Yeah.
you've got a big, like, there's
I'm-
TV here. If we had some Destiny stuff rolling on there'd be stuff that we couldn't read.
Right. That is very true.
And that's very common now.
So, yeah, it's because it's an aesthetic thing. It looks good. And that's what I was going to say right when you asked, is it looks good, but is it actually good? No. Not unless you have, like, a slider that changes the size. I have mixed feelings about it. I both hate it.
Well, you have to
I love
choose functionality over
Yeah,
aesthetically
visuals.
pleasing, I guess.
And I'm definitely, as an artist, I choose visuals. But I'm also a huge advocate for like accessibility in our designs and stuff.
Well, accessibility
how it
is
looks.
a big deal now in
Yeah.
games.
Yeah.
You're finding more and more accessibility settings, whether it's colorblind stuff. What else is there? There's all kinds of
There's
stuff.
so much auditory stuff. If you look, I think we were actually Call of Duty, I think specifically Warzone, was rated one of the highest like accessibility
Oh wow.
prominent games. I think like last year by like PlayStation or something. I don't remember. I remember seeing it on that list and being like, noise. But we work really hard to like make sure our game is accessible, and that's just because everyone on the UI team is like crazy about accessibility.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Was the art aspect, because obviously you've always loved video games. That's correct.
Yeah.
Okay. So was art in games something that you wanted because you loved both of those things?
Yeah, I think I didn't realize it at the time how important that was to me, but it is very important to me.
Because you could have done art for whatever, you know,
That's true. Yeah.
Excel spreadsheets, you know,
Yeah,
or something.
right.
So, but you were able to leverage that into something else you love, and I think that's interesting.
Yeah. One, thank you. Two, yeah, I think it was just, I know I wanted to be in video games, and then I know I wanted to do something that was design related, and I just merged them. I don't know how much thought, honestly, went into my brain about that. All I know is I made it happen, I guess.
Yeah. Well, you went to
Myad, yeah.
Myad. What's that? Milwaukee Institute of Art and Design.
Yep.
And it was all game stuff there, wasn't it?
No.
No.
The
Well, you
game
made
was
it.
weird.
You made a
fine
game.
art
I made a
school.
game.
It's
Yeah, it's a fine
Yeah.
arts school. It's made for like, God, anyone hearing this from Myad? It's for the pretentious. It's
Yeah.
for the people who like think they're deep, but they're not.
Yeah.
Sorry.
I
hot
mean,
take.
any of my friends from Myad would say the same thing.
Yeah, it's yeah.
It's where I wanted to go, but I couldn't afford it because I'm poor.
Oh, same. Now I'm just in debt for the rest of my life. It's
Ooh,
fine.
Love that.
Yeah. No, we were one of the two people, my partner and I did a video game for our senior thesis, and we were one of the two people who made a video game for their senior thesis that year, I think. Yeah, it was mainly directed at fine arts and then illustration, but it felt like it was always like book illustration, which was very specific. Yeah, or communications design, which is what I honestly should have chose for my major, but I did not choose that for my major.
So what was your official major?
Illustration.
Illustration.
Yeah, and I'm not an
That-
illustrator.
But that's what landed you the job.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, well, yeah, and I had a background in technically like marketing. I was a marketing director for a year, and then I was in global marketing for 2 years. And that's, I think, also what did it. But yeah, then, yeah, I guess my game portfolio helped.
And you are talented. Like, let's not
Thanks.
look over that.
I
You,
appreciate
you
you
say
would-
you're not an
Thanks.
illustrator, but I've seen your illustrations, and they are
Aw,
fantastic.
Thanks. I haven't drawn in years, okay, you guys?
Years?
Okay, no. Well, maybe at this point, yeah. Yeah.
She does prefer, what do you prefer over Adobe? We were just talking about this.
Oh my god, Canva.
Canva?
Canva.
Another shout out to Canva.
Yeah,
I
shout
love
out to
that.
Canva. Well, like for marketing and stuff, especially if you're getting paid, minimum wage to do marketing, use Canva. It's free
Yeah.
and it does good stuff.
Yeah.
Mhm.
When you actually start getting the big bucks and they want good stuff, do it yourself, I guess, or use Canva.
I mean, you work for Activision technically.
Yeah,
They're-
yeah. I
they're
work
paying-
for Activision.
Yeah,
they pay the bills.
They're signing your paycheck. So what's it like working for a like AAA giant type company?
Awesome, but also not okay. I love Activision, which is my partner always like rips on me for loving a company so much. But the issue is honestly not the people at Activision. It's the fans because they're so mean.
Yeah.
Everyone hates Activision so much. that's what sucks is people are so mean against Activision, against Raven, against anything.
I see it on social media
It's
all the time.
ridiculous.
I'm always blown away by how they treat a company that just keeps giving them so much
Stuff.
content.
Yeah. And we genuinely actually care about the players, and they do not get that. And that's what bothers me. That's what makes me angry.
Well, I think when you're that big, you're going to have haters, just like if you're a celebrity or whatever.
But you don't see this shit for Nintendo.
Exactly. You don't see
Well,
you
that's
don't
true.
click
That's a
on
good
a
point.
post and it's just like you scroll and it's just hate.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous. Like, I appreciate the players so much. I'm one of them. But like, everybody needs to just calm down.
Agreed.
And play their
It
video
feels like
games, okay?
everything that gets released or any post that's made by Activision is just like taken like with so much hatred.
Yeah.
It's just like they don't want it.
So toxic.
They want to be mad.
I
They want to
hate
be
using
mad
that
at you
word,
so
but
bad.
They do.
Yeah.
They do. And yeah, Raven also gets a lot of heat for stuff that's not their fault.
So what's Activision's second most popular game?
Well, I mean, I immediately think of like Crash Bandicoot and stuff.
Yeah.
Overwatch, I guess.
Yeah. And we got Overwatch 2 coming.
Yup. And everybody's angry about that one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not. We were just talking. I'm not super excited for it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Same. I mean, I'm angry at Blizzard, so it's not.
See,
Activision.
exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which I guess I am too.
Yeah.
But
Some workplace stuff there we won't dig into.
Yeah.
we don't need to get
So-
into that.
everybody needs to realize though that Activision and Blizzard are are same, but also they're very different studios. So the assault that's happening it's none of my business. Anyways,
Yeah. Well,
I've been happy with Raven. Raven's freaking awesome. You know what? I'll say it. Raven's fucking awesome.
there you go.
Yeah.
Way to go, Raven. You're fucking awesome.
You're fucking awesome.
What do you have? You still got to make deadlines and stuff like that. What kind of pressures, or do you ever feel pressured, or
you
you
know,
ever feel like it's toxic, or
it's so weird. People will ask me to like hang out or whatever, and I'll be like, no, sorry, I'm working until like 9:00 tonight. That is completely by choice for the most part. I actually enjoy my job a lot. And I'll kind of just get into a rhythm where I will work from like 8 a.m. until 9 p.m. But I'll be totally fine with it, and it's my decision. It's my choice to be working overtime. But there is that pressure there of like, hey, so this thing just got approved and it's due like in 3 days. So if you can get this done ASAP, that'd be great. Otherwise, we can we can call more people in. And I like the challenge, so I will do it. But also, there is crunch. Yeah, I don't know if that made
you
any
wouldn't
sense.
work for 13 hours if you didn't enjoy it, though. Either.
Right? Yeah. No, we have the option to work from like 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. if we want. We don't have to work overtime. We just enjoy it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that reflects a good work environment.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
awesome.
no.
Which I liked overtime. Fuck.
Yeah. No, I love it. Yeah. I get angry when I can. I get angry when people take tasks away from me. It's a punishment here.
Yeah.
Like literally, I was out with like maybe COVID. It wasn't COVID, I guess. For like 3 days. And my boss literally took all my tasks away, and she was like, you don't get these until you feel better. And I was like, please, I'm better, give them back.
My fingers work.
My fingers work. I'm fine. No, let me do it. It's so much fun.
It sounds like you work with great people too.
Yes. I love literally every single person I work with.
That's
Again,
awesome, dude.
like Raven gets so much hate, but everyone there is super awesome, super nice, super sweet, very kind, and they're all very competent. They're all super smart people. Yeah.
So art is very personal. It's a very personal thing, right? Like
Yeah.
I came up with this, I designed this,
Yeah.
those kinds of things. So how do you deal with, you loving something and making something, putting your heart and soul into it, and then there's like a disagreeing of opinions, or
That's
it's
a
not
Good
approved.
question.
So how do you guys deal with that? Because I'm sure that happens a lot,
yeah.
right?
Oh, that's the whole
Feedback
art.
is what
That's
makes
art.
people better, right?
Yep.
So how do you
exactly.
handle those kinds of things at Raven?
Oh wow, this was literally an interview question like at Raven. Well, going to art school and stuff, you kind of like immediately, you're thrown into critiques and stuff like that where this happens. And you're taught always expect the people to pick the thing you hate the most.
Yeah.
So like going into it, I had that mindset. But it's so hard being passionate about something, like actually passionate about something. And I haven't had that until here. And having that shut down, it does hurt. I've only had it happen like once though, because usually people trust your judgment. Like you're there for a reason, so they'll usually listen.
But what if they're like, "This is great. What if we change this little thing?" And you're like, "I don't think that would make it better."
Yeah, no, that's how it goes. Again, like usually everyone there is competent, including yourself. So there have been situations where like someone has said like, "Hey, add like this line here," and I literally was like, "No, it's ugly." And they were like, "Okay," and I was like, "All right." So you can push back on that. I don't think I've ever had anything where they were like, "You need to change this," and I didn't agree with them.
Well, I do feel like it needs some of that back and forth in a creative workplace environment,
That's what makes
right?
good content. Yeah. So you have to be able to listen. But yeah, if there's something where I'm like, fuck no, I will say it. And everybody else usually does agree also. Fuck no.
So how many times will you draft a project? Like how many times it gets sent back that you should modify it?
I don't know if this is a reflection on me or the fact that I'm like, again, like one of the last people on UI right now. But it used to be like, God, there'd be like a week where I'd send an icon back and forth with someone. But now it's just become like, I don't know, 30 minutes. And I'll be like, here it is. Looks great. Cool.
So it's like King Kong's head?
Yeah. No, literally, literally, King Kong was a thing that took like a week of back and forth. And then someone came in and they were like, yeah, no, the icon looks like he's standing in a different direction. And I was like, okay, sure. And yeah, that process did take a while, but oh my God, what was the question?
You answered it. Yeah.
Okay,
I mean,
cool.
how, like a whole week. So what does that entail? Like you work on it for your 8-hour shift and send it in and then they send it back and say, wait, no, we don't want this. Modify
that's
it.
a good, sorry. That's a good clarifying question. So when I work, I truthfully, like, born and raised, have ADHD. So I'll work on multiple projects at once. So when I say like a week, I mean it's like I make an icon draft essentially and I send it off and then I won't hear back for like 3 hours and then they're like, make this change. And I'm like, okay, well, I'm in the middle of like 5 other things. I'll do it later. And then 2 days later, I send it back. And then like 3 hours later or two days later, they'll send it back. And then it's just that for like a week.
Do they typically like want one essentially finished product the first time, or do you send in multiple ideations?
It depends on how I'm feeling. I think
sometimes you're just nice and you're like, we could do this or this.
Yeah.
And sometimes you're like, well, this is it.
Exactly. If we have a lot of time on a project, like if it's something that we're 2 months out from ship, I have like time.
Yeah.
I will send like ideas and like sketches or whatever, what have you.
Like computer sketches?
Computer sketches.
Cute.
If it's due in like 2 days, I will send like 2 finished icons and I'm like, pick one.
I love that.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So we're talking months ahead sometimes?
Yeah. If
So
we're lucky.
Obviously, we're not going to try to get you to say anything, but
Yeah.
you've got the rub on, you know, if it's called, what, Warzone has seasons, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so what season are we in now?
We're on season 3.
That's it?
Yeah.
Really?
Well, no. It's it resets every year.
Oh, okay. So
So-
of this,
God, yeah, I think it's like season. Oh God, I want to.
Well,
say
three-
like
three is
15
fine.
or something.
so right now you're working on season 4 stuff. Would it be
Yeah.
fair to say that? So you already know what those themes are and whatnot?
Yes.
Okay.
Yep. It's gonna be good.
That'd be good. I will say
Yep.
that it's going to be great.
It's gonna be fun.
So with that said, can you tell us anything about Modern Warfare 2?
Honestly, I'm happy to say that I don't know anything about Modern Warfare 2.
How long ago was it announced? 2 or 3 weeks officially?
Oh, was
Right.
it announced only 2 or 3? Yeah, I
It's
knew
pretty-
about.
maybe a month, I guess.
Yeah, I think that's right. That sounds about right. I've known about it for a few months, but I have purposefully, like for myself, have been staying away from like any of those meetings because I like do not want to know. I'm a huge fan of Modern Warfare and I want it to be a surprise. And if I have to work on something like an icon or whatever, I will do so, and then I will not give it context. And just, yeah.
So you're really excited for this.
I'm super
And
excited.
that timeline works out. I've worked in the industry before. Usually the bosses of the bosses usually find out in March, April, or whatever when it is, and then early summers when you get the full announcement, release date, stuff like that.
And then...
So that's the timeline we're in now. So new Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2, and that's what it's called, right?
Yeah.
Infinity Ward, right?
Yes. I
Developing
had to
that?
think about that. Yeah.
Okay. So it's fair to say that work has begun, at least.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's... according to the trailer. So now I can say this because y'all have seen what I have seen. When they first showed that like crate on the boat scene, I don't know if you know what I'm talking
I do.
about.
Yep.
I was like, oh fuck yeah, this is gonna be so good. I don't know if my bar is low or if I just have a lot of faith. But yeah, no, I'm super stoked. I think it's gonna be really good.
Is it the Modern Warfare series your favorite of the
It is.
Call of Duties,
It's
like going back?
what I like started playing Call of Duty on. Like Call of Duty was my first shooter I ever played. So it means a lot to me. And Modern Warfare 2 Reflex, so the one for the Wii, was my first Call of Duty game.
Well, it had the jelly blood. I remember Modern Warfare 2. It had blood splatter on the screen, but it was this weird color and context it
was
looked
very
like jelly.
3D, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, that sounds right. Because usually it's like a color. Yeah.
Yeah. It was like translucent. It was like jelly in your face. Yeah.
Today I saw like they have like a no blood option for one of the Call of Duty games of the past. I just saw it on Twitter. Where...
Airsoft Call of Duty.
Right? Who knows? I think it was like one of the Black Ops or something, but you can turn off the blood and it just makes it like white. And they were like, it's the jizz mod.
Oh my god.
Wow.
Really?
It's like a Chinese mod. Like that's what they do in China with anime and shit too. They just like color all blood white so it looks like you just got came all over. Like
that is the weirdest thing. I didn't even know that.
I don't know why they have to do white.
Why can't they just take it out?
Yeah, why can't
too
they
much
just
coding?
take it out?
Easier to just change a color.
Why can't you do something fun
literally
like hot
set
pink?
something to
I don't know,
0?
like,
Yeah, I don't know.
Why white? Because come on.
Yeah, and you can literally, well, at least in our current system, I know you can like recolor elements in the HUD with like a code. Oh, honestly, I'm not sure what the extent of that is. So maybe not. I don't know. Anyways, play Call of Duty. It's fun.
I've played some Warzone.
I watched Snoop Dogg play though.
Oh my god,
Snoop Dogg.
We
is
had
so
Snoop Dogg.
Good at Call of Duty. He's like stupid good.
Yeah, and that's why he got his own operator.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah, he got
right.
Snoop Dogg operator.
Right,
yeah.
dude.
Oh, okay. I will have a fun tidbit. I'm one of the people who put like the operators into the game, like in the front end. Like I get their information in there. Snoop Dogg. I remember hearing like, oh yeah, we're gonna have Snoop, and I was like, what the fuck? Okay. And then I remember asking someone for like the narrative documents for Snoop Dogg, and just like up at the top it says like interests, and the first thing listed is listening to K-pop, and I was like,
yes!
Oh my god. And I didn't get to put it into Warzone, but it is in Vanguard, I think.
Not weed, K-pop.
And smoking I think was listed, but yeah, no, K-pop. I was like, oh, that's fucking awesome.
That's hilarious.
Yep. Love that, man. Anyways.
All right. So it is awesome, everything you do. Can you tell us what's next for you? Like, are you where you want to be? Do you have other goals, other departments maybe with Raven or?
I love Raven so much. I never want to leave. I'm really happy in the UI department. I don't think I would ever change out of UI, to be honest. The only reason I'd leave is to get some like big money. Yeah, but they would have to really buy me.
What's your dream game to work on?
It used to be Destiny. It used to be Destiny, but then I work with someone who used to work on Destiny, and he was like, "Don't work for them."
Okay.
Heard.
Like, yeah, and he was also like, "Just never work for your heroes." So I guess not that. But
Dang,
PlayStation.
Never gonna meet Jackie Chan then.
Yeah, right. Fuck. Sorry, dude.
Wow. Dream company.
Dream
job.
company. PlayStation, I guess.
Like first party.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. Yep. GG gamers.
Yeah.
Thanks
Hey,
for coming to my
we're
talk.
with you on that. We're both PlayStation gamers.
Yeah.
For sure.
We won't get into any console war stuff, but
No,
yeah, those
I would just
first
sell my
party
soul.
single player stuff. I think all three of us just love
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
stuff.
I love
And no one does it better.
RPGs. It's true.
Yeah.
Literally, that's their shtick.
Untouchable.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, awesome having you on. It's just so cool to see stuff that you've done. I know you've sent me a couple things once you could. Obviously, you're like, hey, this is in the new update. Oh my God, look at this. I did it.
Thank you.
Just so cool to see that. And it's really awesome to hear that you're enjoying your job. We've heard so many negative things about workplace pressures and, you know, the stuff with Blizzard and all that stuff. So I'm really happy that you're happy doing what you're doing.
I appreciate that. Thank you.
And yeah, come back anytime. Hopefully you come back and we'll talk about some more art pretty soon.
Yes.
But yeah, thank you so much. Call of Duty Warzone. And look out for Modern Warfare 2 coming soon. You can see Mikaela's work on there.
Hell yeah.
And we will catch you guys soon.
Bye.